Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to be covering Nicholas Scratch. He made his first appearance in Fantastic Four, issue number 185, that was released in May of 1977. Now, Nicholas is a powerful sorcerer who happens to be the son of an iconic witch, namely Agatha Harkness. And her boy is no joke, because he weighs in at 220 pounds and stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, having blue eyes and black hair, hailing from a town known as New Salem, Colorado. Although it's noted that his current base of operations is literally out of hell. Now, as I stated, this malevolent sorcerer can trace his roots back to New Salem, which was actually a hidden community in Colorado established by survivors of the Salem witch trials. However, other than these few facts, Scratch's origins are steeped in mysticism and mystery, with his father being completely unknown, although it is theorized that his father is a literal demon. Now, Scratch was caught up just like all the other inhabitants of New Salem, who were all obviously practitioners of magic who secluded themselves to escape persecution. Yet, while Agatha chose to leave this insular society and integrate with the outside world, even serving as a nanny to Franklin Richards, who happens to be the powerful son of Fantastic Four's Reed and Sue Richards. Nicholas, however, took an opposing path, growing resentful of his mother's departure and association with outsiders. As Scratch matured, he developed formidable magical abilities, harnessing mystical forces through incantations and invocations of extra-dimensional entities. His talents include teleportation, energy projection, and object animation, along with more complex mental powers such as mesmerism, thought casting, illusion casting, and even mind control. And though he is potent in his own right, Scratch often wields a staff known as his quote-unquote Satan staff, which was a powerful artifact that amplifies his abilities and serves as a conduit for his magical energies. Over the years, we'd see Nicholas's resentment of Agatha's departure and her connection with non-magical beings grow into an intense vendetta. And when Scratch actually ascended to leadership over New Salem, he manipulated the community against his mother, framing her as a traitor to their mystical heritage. Scratch's influence led the people of New Salem to abduct Agatha and Franklin Richards, planning to execute Agatha for her perceived betrayals. But the Fantastic Four would obviously intervene, challenging Scratch's accusations and rescuing Franklin and Agatha. Being outraged at this, Scratch actually attacked the heroes and ultimately alienated his followers, who banished him to a dimension known as the Dark Realm. Yet, while Scratch's banishment might have marked an end for any lesser foe, he remained a persistent threat. We'd eventually see Agatha and the Fantastic Four return to New Salem, where they face the Salem's Seven, a powerful group of magic users loyal to Nicholas. And using their abilities, Salem's Seven incapacitated the Fantastic Four and placed Agatha and the townsfolk in a trance, actually arranging the heroes as a mystical nexus to bring Nicholas back from the Dark Realm. And although Agatha did strip the Salem's Seven of their powers, preventing Nicholas's return, he later managed to escape by traversing the negative zone, returning to Earth with a new plan, this time to possess young Franklin Richards, which would have been an immensely powerful body. Yet, Scratch's attempt to control Franklin met resistance, most notably from Gabriel, the Devil Hunter, who briefly contained him. And although Scratch escaped and freed Salem 7, their united efforts ultimately defeated him, and Agatha, angered by his repeated threats, stripped him of his powers and renounced him as her son. However, Scratch's ambitions were far from extinguished, re-emerging in the town of Centerville under the guise of Mayor Nicholas. He would go on to establish a demonic grip over the population, turning the town into a facade of the idyllic America, while its inhabitants were possessed by demonic forces. We'd then see Patsy Walker, aka Hellcat, return to her hometown where she discovered the unsettling truth and joined forces with the Avengers and Thunderbolts to eliminate the demonic influence. And while the heroes managed to free the townspeople, Scratch's schemes continued, and Patsy, choosing to stay in Centerville, later discovered that he was behind the haunting. Confronting him, she accused him of serving the demon Mephisto, but Scratch then revealed his true allegiance to Dormammu, who then abducted Hellcat and divulged a plan to conquer Hell with Scratch as his intended Sorcerer Supreme. Nevertheless, Dormammu's plot was thwarted by rival Hell Lords, and he fled with Scratch. Now allying himself with other dark powers, Scratch impersonated Agatha Harkness, manipulating Salem 7 to initiate events that would supposedly resurrect him, although his true intent was to summon the eldritch entity, Shuma-Gorath. Nicholas launched a series of devastating magical attacks on New York City and imprisoned Doctor Strange and Wong within a mystical pocket dimension. Taking advantage of this chaos, he freed Diablo from his imprisonment and, disguised as Doctor Strange, deceived the Fantastic Four into casting a spell to summon Shuma-Gorath. Scratch would then go on to offer both the Fantastic Four and Salem 7 as sacrifices, relying on Shuma-Gorath's power to shield him from attack. All of these events proving more and more that he's not only a master of magic, but of manipulation. Nevertheless, Doctor Strange's escape, being facilitated by Diablo, led to a showdown in which he teleported Shuma-Gorath away from Earth. Diablo then altered Scratch's spell, allowing Franklin and Valeria Richards to banish him to Hell. However, once in Hell, Scratch, undeterred by his defeats, agreed to become an agent of Mephisto, promising to serve the Demon Lord in the brewing conflicts of the underworld. Now, Nicholas Scratch's complex history is marked by his relentless quest for power, his betrayal of family and followers alike, and his alliances with some of Marvel's darkest forces. An absolute master of manipulation and formidable sorcerer, Scratch represents one of the most persistent threats to Earth's mystical defenders, wielding both his lineage and his command of dark magic to pursue his ambitions, often placing him not only at odds with his family, but also the heroes of the Marvel Universe. Now, for his powers and abilities, and his influence on the Marvel Universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Nicholas Scratch a rating of 5, which is an enigmatic rating. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe to The New Sage.